I didn't launch Strawberry. Oh no. Oh nosies. Oh nosies badosies. Oh my gosh. No, I haven't updated it yet. No. Yes. Yes. So hi. We're stream today. I've been a distractible person. That's what I do. You expect probably no better.
Come on, let's get away.
Which is good.
I've been waiting
because
for
you shouldn't.
This day, let's take a break.
That's what I do.
Escape the ruined cityscape. It makes you wanna find a new place. Don't wait, the sun is shining too. Take a sip and dip in the oasis blue. Staying cool, cross the desert lands, worth it in the end, for me and you. Get up and let's dance. The music makes you sway, look at my dress. How about an ocean maid? Aren't you obsessed? Don't ever look away, take me away. I'm gonna wear all your favorite outfits, white swimsuit and dresses. Come on, get up, dance with me. Come on, look up, feel the breeze. You wanna see me wear this purple bikini sun kiss. Come on, get up, dance with me. Come on, look up, feel the breeze, babe. It's a new day.
I have a lot of consistency, so me being flaky is totally fine. That's what I'm thinking.
Dance with me, babe.
Like, I think it's actually fine. I think you'll be fine. I wanna play Fortnite. I wanna play Fork Knife? I wanna call it Fork Knife, not Fortnite. I don't call it Fortnite. I call it Fork Knife. Because I'm a reasonable adult with mirth and virtue. I didn't want to have Discord open on the computer because I already started Strum. I'd have to do so much extra runaround.
Let's play a game
So if
of
anyone tries to talk to me,
sit inside the bar
I'm just gonna like,
with you.
you know.
If you're tired again, we can come on back and rendezvous. Get up and let's dance.
Well, I had to check it briefly. Before I scream how if anyone talks to me, I'm going to fucking throw them. That's like, you know. Okay, cool. Now that I've caught up on everything from 2 days ago that I didn't fucking read, if anyone fucking DMs me, I'm gonna fucking bury you with fucking hugs. Or something. Probably the or something. I'm the like most difficult person to be friendly with. Like, I end up just getting bitchy at everything. Did you know how difficult it is to be friendly with me? It's like trying to be friendly with someone that decides that the answer to everything should be throwing things. Which is true. Which is very true. I'm basically like trying to befriend a, like a feral cat. I basically am befriending a feral cat. I literally didn't has chat until a second ago. I'm not sorry. YouTube folks, live chat, not top chat. Top chat censors the people. Oh golly gee. Sorry, I'm like, you know, I can like explain this quite easily and quickly as, you know when you see a tired mother cat that just wants to lay the fuck down? I'm in my, like, I'm basically like learning from all of the exhausted mother cats out there that have had to like pick up a kitten by the nape of the neck and just dredge towards better days. My respect goes out to them. Must be tiring. Is tiring.
The There's a fire in the air, you can taste the smoke. Every warning sign says this ain't a joke.
It's not DMCA'd. And so if it's not DMCA'd, it's possibly someone asking computer to do some music.
It gets taken away. Graveyard quiet on the edge of town.
I don't know anymore. It was just on the front page for me. So we're just staring?
This ain't politics. This is flesh and bone. This is our bloodline. This is our home. When the
I mean, you can call it the lawful execution of a warrant, and you can also get very little pushback for it.
Calling all patriots, stand up now. Boots on the ground, no backing down. For our families, for this land, locked arm to arm, we take our stand. And all written in
I'm pretty sure a lot of people wanted the states to give Mr. Netanyahu the same arrest and treatment just a little bit ago. So, I mean, it do be some non-partisanly shit up here, where court isn't meant to be partisan. Court's meant to be court. Judges to judge. They have a very hard job. Heart goes out to judges. Love them dearly. Look at me just defending my fucking little, well, it's not partisan shit all the time. Okay. I mean, I like this, but this is some, like, dangle my head and, like, headbang over with my arms dangling off of, like, a parking garage track. This isn't really the, like, the vibe bop for the moment. But it's nice. It's pretty cool. I like it. It's well done. I don't know if the graphics fit the best with it. I think that the fucking jam on its own kind of shines. Like, honestly, I kind of wish they backed it to, like, you know, I don't know, man, something else. It's not like I'm saying it's bad, it's just like, I think fractals would have been fine, you know? Like, it's a good enough jam, just give it some frackles. Frackles? Fractals. Not freckles, not frackles. We're not fracking here. But fractals. I almost misspoke again. In a little bit, when I'm done with my researchy days, and I'm done with, like, catching up on other shit, I can tell you all why I've been so busy and haggard. But for now, y'all's gonna be proud as a motherfucker in a little bit, dude. Y'all who watch the VODs, if y'all are still there, still tolerating my bitch ass after loud music for the first 6 minutes of a stream, thank you. Thank you immensely. Sorry I'm not being your daily content right now and it's shorter. I legit have a thing I must succeed at. And as every Guild Wars player knows, every PvPer from back in the D, victory or death. I'll be fucking adverse to one of them and the other one I get to seize. So, you know, victory or death. The good old I'ma win, or this whole world can fucking bleed it. So anyways, sorry for the slower shit, sorry for the less shit. Thank you for the consistency that I couldn't bring that y'all brought to me. Always wishing you the best. I'm gonna play Fortnite. I'm gonna play Fork Knife. My phone's on my desk so I can look at Discord, so if anyone messages me while I'm streaming, especially because I'm streaming, then I get to reply with something like, eat my fucking ash crack, and call them a fucking cuck. Because that's all I want to do when people, like, know I'm streaming and then DM me is call them a cuck. Always. If stream and DM, call cuck. No ifs, ands, or buts. Know what Tomb Raider did to Lara Croft? I've, like, seen Genophilia VODs come across my douche a couple times. Your tarantula fought for her life for 2 years until today. Soap is definitely scurry because soapy suds prevent oxygen from getting to their skin and they breathe through their skin. No, I'm thinking about beetles. I don't know if they have a similar mechanism. I'm a little curious. I'm gonna put it here. I have a disgusting watch later. Y'all remember when, like, Sungrand Studios was being, like, super sweet to us, right? Okay, cool. I'm pretty sure we get 2 sides of some shit in this watch later of mess and junk. It's 121 items in here again. I'm gonna clean this out in bulk again. Are we fucking real? Really? Really? Oh, that's messy. Well. 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 Not help. Welp. Welp. I'm hovering over this button like... Yep. That's the sound of fucking sunflower oil on the griddle. That's what I like to fucking see. I kind of wanted to watch the Tamagotchi one. I don't give a shit. Someone looking at a Colt. That was mango. We can go find rotten mango easy. That's old news, old news, old news. That was just a fun video. I don't give a shit. Someone going to North Korea to like let someone like on the outside see a looking view of what it feels like for them on the other side. That's fine. Caleb Hammer VOD got emptied out. Oh gosh, golly gee willikers. Well, that's a heartbreaker. Oh gosh, golly. Oh gosh, golly gee willikers, my guys. No wonder this is my fucking go back to. That makes so much sense. Anyways, this homie was being nice to us. Took a lot of flack. Mostly took a lot of flack for speaking about, and I quote, cancer kids per harmful opinions. Number 1 responsible autistic person, not number 1 literally. I think that's tied by I'm autistic now what? Because she's able to like take accountability for her channel being misused to levy bullshit at people and like, you know, say that she's going to do better and stick to it. And then there is Kaylin, who is appropriate and actually puts time into building bridges and teaching. Then there's Harmful Opinions, who also takes accountability like a champion. Then there's me. I at least have a fucking line, and I don't let the cycle repeat itself. So I also get responsible ASD person on the internet headpats. Barely, but I get them. No other reason to give it to me. Literally just living off of doing the bare minimum of just don't be a fucking asshole. Is this still... If everything was easy, you'd be bored.
Thank you for joining me today. Please grab a seat. My name is...
No. Bro, I finally made my desk a standing desk again. Do you want me to sit one more fucking time and see what the fuck happens?
Jarrell. I develop games for...
Jarrell. Welcome back.
Today we will discuss the downward trend of Final Fantasy and Square Enix's reported restructuring.
Squeenix. I refuse to call them Square Enix, I call them Squeenix. Hold on, we're locking in, but at turbo speed. I can't deal with normal human pacing right now. My mind is a mile a minute. I want to crack open vscode in another desktop. There's screen.
Square Enix is reportedly in financial trouble after numerous big budget projects failed to deliver meaningful return on investment. I will bring up some examples of what is wrong with Square Enix and Final Fantasy, and share some advice on potential strategies that Square Enix can employ to remedy the situation. I generally do not ask people to like, comment, and share my videos here, but if you agree with the points of this video, then please like, comment, and share this video so we can reach the relevant people who would benefit from hearing this information. First, Final Fantasy 15 was almost a musical. Why is this a problem?
Because I don't like musicals. That's good enough for me. I don't like musicals. I listen to them, but I don't like them very much. Not a big fan. But I'll listen. But I don't want to. But I will. And if you make me, so help me Cthulhu. Is it like, holy shit, why can I not spell? Match pattern. Where the fuck? Yeah, it's select string pattern. Holy shit.
In an interview with IGN posted June 14, 2013, Tetsuya Nomura watched the Les Mis film and wanted to turn Final Fantasy 15 into a musical like Les Mis. In the interview, Nomura stated he watches 2 to 3 movies a night. Now, why is this a problem? This is a problem because it shows a lack of stability and artistic integrity and vision when it comes to the leadership that is in charge of Final Fantasy.
I mean, it definitely is kind of wild, but I can see how we get to where we are. But, you know, you know. Then again, I'm just hating on musicals, and I don't really have a right to talk in this one. I'm a hater. Hater number one over here. Biggest hater they ever got. Musical. Yeah, I'm hating on it. Why? I fucking can, bro. I don't need to. I want to. I'm going to. No offense to musical enjoyers. But honestly, like, did y'all ever know that there's this other kind of media called, writing salt formulas? Ah! Bitches thought I was going to talk about some not nerd shit. Motherfuckers.
If the leadership of Final Fantasy can watch a movie and be so powerfully swayed that they decide to change their game into a musical, it shows that this leadership is not capable of setting a target and sticking to that and following the path that they have set. And imagine how...
I mean, they also need whimsy and the ability to want to fail. Like, iteration and failure, having a safe place to fail, fuck up, to aspire to something new or wild that may or may not succeed in the capacity at which we value success, but allows them to grow in an intriguing way. Like, it's not always about the bottom line for the stockholder, and that's a thing that, like, a lot of studios in, like, statesy states get fucked up, and it's in part because we've engineered a system where they are now complicit to they now have to follow the goals of the stockholder. So, like, maybe, I don't know, maybe.
How difficult it will be for all of the team members that are developing these games. How are they supposed to feel a sense of stability and direction if the leadership can watch a movie and suddenly think, oh, this has to be like Les Mis. I have to do this like Les Mis. That is the first point of evidence that shows that there is something very wrong with the leadership of Final Fantasy. Secondly, we'll look at the font of Final Fantasy Pixel remasters. It may not seem like a big deal, but the font of Final Fantasy Pixel remasters are illegible. They are ill-fitting, not to mention the previous mobile demasters of Final Fantasy 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6 were incompetently assembled with inconsistent pixel density between environments, characters, and heads-up display elements all clashing. Inappropriate use of texture filtering on environments results in a blurry mess with graphical tiles not blending seamlessly together. All of this combined with the very inappropriate font used in the Final Fantasy Pixel remaster shows that there's a lack of competence.
Okay, that's a good call out. That is a very good call out.
Care, or both. In the event of either would be very damning, but it shows that if management is able to look at the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters, if they're able to look at the font that was used that is not appropriate for the product, if they're able to look at that and say, yes, this is fine, we approve it, let's ship the game the way it is, that is very telling that the leadership of Final Fantasy is not capable of understanding the difference between a good product and a bad product. They are not capable of understanding what the end experience will be like for the end user.
I'm wondering how they'll address it, because, like, font selection is a valid criticism in this one. Howdy howdy, howdy dowdy. Back to feeling like shit. Sorry, bud. So, Home Skillets over at Sungrand Studios is mentioning a font discrepancy between the Final Fantasy Pixel remaster. Font discrepancy, shader filtering selection that's going very poorly and suboptimally. And I'm wondering how they address this going forward. Also, I do think that, like, engineering teams, designers, developers at, like, larger studios need to have time to fuck around, fail, grow, listen to customer feedback, and iterate appropriately. So I'm wondering if this is going to receive updates. I'm wondering how they're going to address the criticism. I'm wondering if they left room for that. I'm wondering if they're enabling and encouraging their juniors, if they are juniors, period, on this project, which you'd expect, because, like, it's been a while, that they're able to, like, take that feedback and be guided appropriately. Because, like, as much as it's a condemnation of executive, like, oversight, it's a bigger condemnation if it's a teaching and learning experience and it's not utilized to the full breadth. So, I don't know. This video is not intended as hate or rage. Bad font choice in a game where text is important is a strong signal that something is structurally broken through the development team. It literally could be what FromSoft is doing too, where you're letting new fucking people train their skills because older folks know they're gonna fucking die and they need to train the next generation. Star Trek. The next generation. Dun, dun.
I personally can't understand the thought process behind the font choices, and while I understand the game has been updated on some platforms to add new font options to make...
Like, there might not even be a thought process, right? It could be that, like, the thought process was, hey, we didn't think of it. Which is weird because you'd expect them to play the end product and look at it. And font option changes is something, so let's lock
the font more legible. That is not good enough. The problem is that it was shipped this way to begin with.
I mean, most games are shipped like shit, and yeah, it's a fucking big nail in the fucking coffin that it's a mostly texty game. Yeah, totally valid. But it's like, okay, what if it's a learning experience? We don't have enough context to see why we're being so hard on them. Yeah, it shouldn't be shipped this way. They should learn to not do it again. But we need to look at the individuals who were on that team and wish them to do better. And that's about it. Like anything else is kind of like, suck it. Also, was it actually intended, but did it fail in build? Like, I'd like to see the post-mortem for how this came about.
We'll take a look at Final Fantasy VII Remake. Final Fantasy VII Remake does not tell the story of Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII Remake tells the story of how popular Final Fantasy VII is, and how the people making it will not be told what to do by their fans. In the Final Fantasy VII Remake, Sephiroth is obsessed with Cloud and is constantly trying to kiss him. Final Fantasy VII is my favorite game of all time, and I was very excited to try the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I was confused and shocked to find that Sephiroth...
I see that necklace, bro. I see that necklace you're rocking. I see this right here. I see your necklace. You are a diehard Final Fantasy person. I see you. I see you.
was introduced into the story very early, and it shows that the writers of the Final Fantasy VII Remake were not interested in telling the story. They were understanding that Final Fantasy VII is very popular, that people know who Sephiroth is, so introduce him early into the story so people can see him. The average exchange of dialogue between Sephiroth and Cloud in the Final Fantasy VII Remake is thus: Cloud, I love you very much. You smell like raspberries. Your breath smells like the summer breeze. Kiss me.
Oh, wait, is this the AO3 edition? This is the one off of AO3 we're getting read. Okay, that's fine.
Is the average line of dialogue for Final Fantasy VII Remake. It is a story mocking and criticizing fans for wanting a faithful retelling of the story, and it is a kiss me, Cloud. Is the average berries. Your breath smells like the summer breeze. Kiss me, Cloud. Is the average line of dialogue for Final Fantasy VII Remake. It is a story mocking and criticizing fans for wanting a faithful retelling of the story, and it is too aware of the fact that it is a very popular and well-known game and story. The time ghosts and alternate multiverse story element is obviously copying a popular film. As we know, Tetsuya Nomura is very pliable and easily influenced by popular films. The film in question is Avengers Endgame, which launched April 24th, 2019. Final Fantasy VII launched almost an entire year later, on April 10th, 2020. If you are wondering if that is enough time to make changes to where they add time ghosts and rewrite the story, yes, absolutely, that is enough time. 1 year is plenty of time to shoehorn in the elements of the time ghosts and the multiverse stories. It's plenty time. If someone sits at home watching movies or scrolling through social media all day long, they are not an appropriate leader for creative or artistic endeavors. It means that they are a mental and emotional slave to the marketing machine that is the internet and modern media landscape.
There's several ways to analyze it. That's just one of the outcomes we can come to. We could also see them framing it as they're one who's keen to look at the world around them and see the evolving beauty and to try to take it apart. I think the part that really fucking shits it down a notch is, like, they don't have to be a slave to the marketing landscape necessarily. They could just be an observer of it. Like, I'm not saying that, like, I'm pointing out that, like, some folks can escape the fucking simple neutrality of just taking in what's given to them, but also look at it to learn without being influenced by it, you know? Okay, cool beans. Great. I watch people go do horrible things with their credit and Klarna on YouTube, but this doesn't influence how I act. I sometimes watch really cool hardware builds that are adverse to how I would operate, like a home lab environment, like, period. And sometimes I watch Ela Klein have, like, a sale for really pretty dresses that I really, really want, but I'm used to thrifting all my clothes, so I don't go pay $70 for a dress that I think is really pretty and totally worth it. I don't know. You can be an observer without having to be an adherent of something. And I feel like just trying to obliquely say that the fucking staff there is a slave to it, as opposed to just, like, quite quickly and tersely saying they seem to be obsessed with it or mimicking it, and then analyzing if they're trying to use it as a tool to milk the viewer, the consumer, in a similar way as the other media is a little bit one-dimensional and a little bit oblique. So we'll see how this pans out. I need to pause at Better Faces. I really need to pause at Better Faces. I paused midway through, mouth open, like, y'all, I am fucked up. Look at the asshole that I am. Look at the asshole that I had to hit my desk because my camera froze. Look at the asshole that I am.
A strong creative leader.
I need Jesus.
Someone with artistic vision, intent, and integrity is someone who lives a full, varied life, spends most of their time outside of their home experiencing the world, meeting with and communicating with many people, and who is constantly working to understand the world and the people in it. Final Fantasy does not have that in their leadership at the moment. Let's quickly discuss Forspoken, a game that was developed and published by Square Enix. People who have played Forspoken report that
Squeenix. I'm sorry, you can't say Square Enix without me saying Squeenix. I'm sorry.
Has incompetent
Forspoken. Okay, I'm locked in. I got this. Let's go.
written dialogue, story, and characters which are unlikable. The game has poor performance and optimization and does not live up to the pedigree of developers that Square Enix is known for. Modern Square Enix developers are creating video games with the intent to make a video game. That is a huge problem, but it is not solely a problem for Square Enix. That is the modern landscape. I will say that again. Modern Square Enix developers are creating video games with the intent to make a video game. Now, what is wrong with that? Their intention is to get people on the internet talking about their video games. And this is not how things were done in the past. We did not have social media. We did not have the internet in years past.
Well, we've had social media since my old ass was in like middle school and high school. So I mean, that is a large chunk of time. Yeah, my dad didn't have fucking ways to talk about which Atari he was getting with the boys outside of going down to a group meeting area and talk with the boys about it. But like, we've always had a simulacrum of this as a communal species, or as a fucking whatever the fuck we are.
Decades passed. The pillars upon which Final Fantasy was built, Final Fantasy 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, those were games created to give an experience to the end user. Again, the games were created to offer an experience. These games that we were creating in the modern days, modern games are created for social media and content creator engagement. Again, games of the past were used to give the end user an experience. Games that are created these days are created for social media and content creator engagement. What is wrong with that? The social media and content creator landscape is shaped entirely by ad sponsorship and ad impressions. Social media and content creator landscape is about dulling the senses of the viewer to make them more pliable, to keep them trapped within a marketing loop, to serve them advertisements. This landscape gives content creators a false sense of validation and self-worth because they see they have subscribers and people who worship them, and advertisers serve their products to people whose brains have been turned to mush by brain rot content. The modern gaming landscape, especially the leadership for Final Fantasy, is making games for social media and content creator engagement, not to give the end user an experience. So how do you
Valid.
fix this problem? How do you fix it? Really, the only way to fix this problem, you need old-fashioned mentality. You need old-fashioned values. We have already tried modern values, modern approaches, modern audiences, modern technology, modern digital communications. We have tried all of that and we have seen its failures. What we need now are old-fashioned values and leadership who has a strong enough vision to forge into existence something beautiful that has not existed before. What are old-fashioned values? Well, I'll tell you what it's not. It's not investing in cryptocurrency. It's not using NFTs and leveraging nostalgia to milk your loyal audience for their money. Old-fashioned values are about beautiful artwork that communicates to us on a deeper level, emotional and even spiritual. Old-fashioned traditional values are about focusing on writing a strong story with compelling, likable characters that audiences feel like they are going on an adventure with. Old-fashioned values mean you stand by your convictions and you do not bend your beliefs just because there's a popular trend on the internet. Old-fashioned means setting a target, knowing exactly what you want to create, and creating that thing to the very best of your ability, regardless of what the rest of the world is doing. On a personal level, the reason I became a game developer is because I was inspired by Final Fantasy when I was young. I wanted to make games like Final Fantasy because I wanted to inspire and share adventures with other people. I have developed and shipped more than 12 commercial titles, and I will continue to keep honing my craft and improving my abilities so I can create better art, better game concepts, better stories, so I can create the best possible experiences for people to enjoy. My career includes serving as industry-level digital technology consultant, so now I will propose some potential avenues for creative exploration for Square Enix. I would strongly advise scaling back the budgets and scope of your projects. What I would really like to see, not just as a professional, but as a former fan of Final Fantasy, I strongly advise producing a new Final Fantasy and make it with 2D sprite artwork, 2D environments, and...
So I salted Windows. So I'm actually always confusing myself more. So I've made a mess. So that's nice. At the moment, I'm really only focused on salting Windows though. So that's nice. Said the bitch who probably should have her earth salted. Lol 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 lol. Lol lol. Lol lol. Lol lol. I can't help but be mean to myself, okay? I have it coming. The fuck do you want from me? Am I supposed to not be mean to myself? It's funny. It's haha funny. It's not even like lol lol funny. It's haha funny. It's like piss ass haha funny, bro. Like fuck, man. Do y'all have any idea the shit that I've been getting into? I've got PXE boot still like pending new changes to test. Got fucking IPA happily chunking away in the closet. And then like somehow I'm choking off this. And for the most part, I get to stay in here, here, and here for the day. So that's nice. That's very nice. This is very, very nice. Super fun. Super cute. Super win. That's my feeling. Scream. My feeling is definitely scream. You know why? Wait, what? Did I do high state? Motherfucker.
a turn-based menu-driven battle system, but do not do it like the Pixel remasters or HD 2D remasters. Follow the design philosophy of your PSP titles, yes, the Sony PSP, or Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 4. I mean no offense to the pixel artists of Final Fantasy Pixel remasters, I believe they did the best to their ability, but the level of comprehension for color dynamic, tonality, and character posing is extremely weak in the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters. This level of bland, dull sprite work is not where the industry should be heading. It is not what we should be aiming for, especially when you look at the artwork of Final Fantasy games on the PSP. Look at the sprite work before that, and you can see the level of artistry and visual expression that we can achieve. We should be aiming for art like that. So I strongly advise creating a new Final Fantasy, something that plays like a real, proper Final Fantasy with the level of prestige writing that Final Fantasy is known for, but just make it look like the PSP games. It can be subtitled as a spin-off to avoid muddying the brand, which is already a huge problem. Final Fantasy has a very muddy and inconsistent identity right now, which is the exact opposite of Dragon Quest, which has a very strong identity, and they always let players know what they are getting into. If you play a Dragon Quest game, you know exactly what you are going to get. As a longtime Final Fantasy fan and now former Final Fantasy fan, when I see the name Final Fantasy, I feel a negative reaction, and I immediately think, great, what are they doing now? A new 2D Final Fantasy as a core game would show longtime fans that you are willing to listen, that you respect them, and that you will give them the experiences that they want. I personally feel as a fan that over the past decade or so, Square Enix has been quite resentful of me because I enjoyed the older games and they no longer want.
Squeenix! Sorry, I had to cut in. Squeenix, not Square Enix. I know it's Square Enix, I still call it Squeenix. I'm sorry. My apologies.
To make games that are similar to the older Final Fantasies, and I personally feel like Square Enix is resentful towards me. And the reason I feel that is because the developers of Final Fantasy, the people that are leading it, have openly stated that. They have openly stated resentment towards people who enjoyed the older Final Fantasies, and we can see that attitude presented in the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I would strongly recommend a 2D Final Fantasy as this kind of project.
I don't think anyone resents me. If they do, I mean, raise your hand, bro. I guess. Hi? I don't know. Fuck, do you want a cookie? Go kiss your mother. I don't give a fuck.
Would have a much
Got constructive criticism? I'll take it.
shorter development time and a significantly lower development budget, meaning it is much more likely you will have a strong return on investment. I would advise employing the absolute very best artists for environment and pixel artwork, and make use of higher resolutions of modern hardware and the very best art software we have available today for creating the art. Make sure you have the very best writers who have a strong sense of fantasy and fun, who can write an adventure for your characters, and give the players a fun adventure to embark upon. The recent Final Fantasies have not felt fun. They have not felt like this great grand adventure. They have felt quite serious, trying to be cool and trying to style match something like Game of Thrones. In order to do this, you need to step away from modern media, step away from social media, spend time exploring and examining the media and history of the 1990s, because that is the golden age which birthed the very best Final Fantasy games. Games that have fun, adventure, and fantasy. Secondly, and very importantly, stop attempting to appease armchair activists who scream loudly in their toxic echo chambers on the internet. Those people do not buy your video games, and if you attempt to appease them, you are no longer creating a product as a good, positive experience. You are creating something for social media engagement. Third, stop wasting time and resources chasing the latest money-making schemes. Low-quality mobile games with monetization, cryptocurrency, NFT, all of those things have dragged Square Enix and Final Fantasy down from being a prestige brand into somewhat of a joke for gamers. I no longer feel excitement when I hear the brand of Square Enix. I no longer feel excitement when I hear Final Fantasy. And it is largely because of these business practices that seem very desperate to squeeze people for money. The next full mainline Final Fantasy, which undoubtedly will have big fancy 3D graphics, should not be chasing modern trends. It should not be trying to be a dark, gritty Game of Thrones ripoff. Re-examine what the core identity of Final Fantasy is. Scale back the scope and budget of your large 3D games and just produce something that is fun and that is fantasy. The current leadership of Final Fantasy is not capable of doing that. They are not capable of taking Final Fantasy in a good direction. As a former Final Fantasy...
I was gonna jokingly say, and neither am I, but that's like a no shit duh. So, I guess you're welcome. Docker color patch, WinGet client, I guess that takes care of it, doesn't it? And terminal icons. Icons, iconic, bro. Fucking iconic. Well, that would be that one. I feel like this is including it, and it's got an aliased name. I don't actually know. I'm literally going to just manually put it here and see how different it is. Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, can I just like do it by a higher name? Can I like do that? Can I do this? Can I do this? Just can I get away with this? What's this do? What's this button do? Nope. Yup. Bananas.
Fantasy fan. If I personally saw a full-scale 2D game that looked like Final Fantasy 4, 5, or 6
He should play fucking VA Proxy
on the PSP, but
That's
with
fair.
high-resolution,
Good game.
beautiful 2D
Lovely game.
artwork, if I saw that, I would buy it immediately, and I would immediately feel, oh, I'm a Final Fantasy fan again. I will return to Final Fantasy if I see a 2D game that looks like the PSP Final Fantasy 4, 5, or 6. If I see a new, full, real Final Fantasy game like that, I would return to Final Fantasy. Those are just my thoughts on the state of Square Enix. I hope this information has been interesting or meaningful to you in some way. Thank you for listening. I wish you all the best.
Thank you for presenting. We wish you the best as well. So what? I say Squeenix, not Square Enix. I think they deserve more grace in the event that they're using it to teach new staff members. I think how they remediate is more important than how they necessarily do the initial drop. Because no one talks about, I mean, I'm sure he'd know this as well, but like, no one talks about FromSoft, like, fucking the pooch. And when Dark Souls came out, how Gravelording could be permanently on in some areas for remastered. No one talks about the repeat errors that often, because it's how you smooth them over, it's how you grow, it's how you iterate, it's when you fuck up, how quickly do you respond? Do you listen, or are your ears to the ground? And sometimes they are, and you respond well, and you get away with it, and sometimes they aren't, and you've got like a longer lineage of shit to deal with. So, you know, good job. Good job, buddy. Good job,
This IRL
buddy.
streamer just...
Is a later thing. I'm just curious. I don't even know if we're gonna watch the full thing. Like, I presume they're giving Spidey's a bath, but I'm really ignorant and don't know. And I'm kind of dumb. So we're just kind of diving in and seeing what the fuck happens here. Because I like spiders. I think they're very cool. And cute. I like most things. I'm pretty cool like that.
think her time has come. So it has been, I would have to say it has been a very, very long time she has been fighting for her life. Probably even close to 2 years, I would say. Way over a year. And yep, I can see gnats flying around, and when there are gnats, that's usually not a good sign. So as you can see, there's a gnat right there. Yep. And as you can see, she lies there motionless. Now, this girl, if you guys are not familiar, if you guys are new, she is my Grammastola pulchra, and she has been fighting for her life for, I would say, close to 2 years. Now, this girl did a previous molt, and that molt, in fact, was not a bad molt. However, after that molt, she just started to feel very, very weak. She was never herself anymore. This girl used to be a very, very good eater, and that actually even carried forward to when she was fighting for her life. If you guys see shorts that I have uploaded for her, I mean about her, and even videos of her, you will know that she, even in that position of not being very tarantula, normal tarantula behavior, she still ate food. She was always fighting, even if she was not in her position, like a tarantula's normal feeding position. She was still like this, but every time I feed her a superworm, she would still grab it. So that was one thing I really salute her for. However,
She's keeping herself wet too. Oh gosh, poor girl. Communicating that thermal energy in a way that's leaving me concerned.
for the past couple days, she has been in this position right beside the water dish. As you can see, the water dish is full. That way she was able to drink some water. I think she wanted to drink her last few sips of water before passing. Just a quick double check that she is gone, because this girl usually was never active as well. Yep, it's confirmed. So this girl, now, unlike a lot of tarantulas when they are on their deathbed, or even when they've gone through a bad molt, this one did not go through a bad molt, but I was assuming something gone wrong internally. Tarantulas usually will refuse food. They will just not eat at all. They would just pretty much give up on life. But this girl was just strong. She was just thriving, like striving, not thriving. She wasn't really thriving after that molt, but she was striving for, I don't know, to live. But unfortunately, I guess God decided that it is her time and it is time for her to go up. This is actually not the biggest they get. This girl is about 6 inches. I read that they get about 8 inches, so yeah, not the full-grown size, but as you can see, regardless, she is a very, very gorgeous girl. Let me spread out her legs first so you guys can see. Very, very beautiful. One of my favorite tarantulas that I had, I should say now. Usually when tarantulas die, I will preserve them. If you guys have noticed, I will do another preservation video. Since this girl is a very, very majestic one, as you can see, she did not die of dehydration. Her abdomen is fully plump. That is how a tarantula abdomen is supposed to look like, and this is the perfect tarantula proportion, like the carapace, the head, and the abdomen. If the abdomen is bigger than this compared to the head, then you've got an obese tarantula. But this is legit the perfect tarantula posture. Look at that. And like I said, I have no idea why she passed. She's been in this enclosure for many years as well. It's just after that last molt, she just was never the same again. Let me just give her a quick flip so we can see the undersides if anything went wrong. Exactly, look at that, nothing. It looks like a perfectly normal tarantula. Even the abdomen, there's no sign of impaction whatsoever. It's clean, it's super clean. And yeah, everything is perfect. I have no idea why she just decided to. I mean, I'm pretty sure she did not decide to, because she was pretty much fighting for her life. but well, I guess it's time. So what I'm going to be doing with her will be something different. I will not be putting her in alcohol as a wet specimen. I will be actually preserving her in a little container. Now, that will not be super ideal because I would not be cutting out her abdomen to a point where I'm going to take out everything. I'm just going to be putting her in the enclosure. Yes, not ideal because she will start to rot, but I will put in some mothballs. That way, hopefully, hopefully gnats will not find their way in, and hopefully she will be preserved for a very, very long time. I actually do have a tarantula preserved like that. It's actually in frame and it's fully dried out. It stank for months, probably over a year, but after a while, like now, there's no more smell, and it's a very, very nice display. And in fact, I already have a display ready for this girl. So the other day, I went to the dollar store and I found this frame, pretty good quality for less than $1, in fact. So this
Man
is
lost a part of his heart.
and wooden container frame thing. I actually bought this to
She seems beautiful.
create a tarantula enclosure.
Like a badass
It'll be
bitch.
looking like a
We'd have gotten along with her.
pretty cool enclosure if you'd ask me. But since this unfortunate event happened, I think I will preserve her anyway. So basically,
I'm gonna leave y'all with the rest of this
turn
person's
this
video.
part over here. Just turn it down or up or however. And
They
you
are
can
making my
slide
heart
out
and breaking it.
glass. So what?
And I'm gonna definitely come hang out at their channel more. Can't not. If you like their content, find a video of theirs that you like. Give it a whole watch. Stay there. They're better tint than me. They'll do better. They seem cool. I'm quite fond of their content already. But honestly, if you find something of theirs that you like, go watch the whole thing. It's better for them than going to just see part of a video and like it and leave when some dumb streamer says to. I'm calling myself dumb, not other people. They both made and broke my heart. In one go. I respect that. I really respect the fuck out of that. I'm still filtering the audio for the browser right now, so if I forget, feel free to make fun of me. I'm doing that at the moment to see how it works out. We'll see. Oop. This is me just checking the music's bus going out. Of course it works properly today. It sometimes only rarely doesn't, but I'll be re-OSing. Gotta check input-output shit. I'm gonna see if there's a way to, like, efficaciously install Reaper on new OS and just keep my profile quickly. Huh. I'm having an idea.
Can't stop humiliating himself, and I'm starting to get baffled at how little self-awareness it's possible to have as a human.
Let's see if they put Reaper in Winget yet. Highly doubtful, but... They did it! Holy shit! Motherfuck! Scope machine, winget list, scope machine, scope machine, I don't need color, that does install correctly. Does this fucking work? Does it work as scope machine? Huh. Bananas. Absolutely bananas. Reaper appears to be running. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. It's like literally a different PID. So grant funded healthcare. It's important. We all need to get healthcare. Therapy is just a word for learning tools you can use to manage everyday shit. I need to make this smaller a little bit. Move this up here. Boop this. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop that. Minimize. Not minimize. Just drag it. I'll just leave this off in the middle. That's fine. This is okay. Where the tits is it? Ah, motherfucker. There we go. Abort. Yeah, Reaper's running, but it's running from a portable install. This is what I call amazing.
Because Jack Doherty just picked a fight for content with a former UFC heavyweight champion, then talked a whole lot of smack online, then completely disappeared when it was time to actually follow through on his talking, which is extremely on brand for the guy. But this is also on top of him currently facing the legal charges in Miami from about a month ago. So mid-December, Jack Doherty went viral after footage surfaced of a chaotic backstage interaction at the Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua boxing event in Miami. At this point, Jack just needs to stay out of Miami. But the clip showed former UFC heavyweight champion Andrei Arlovsky swinging and kicking towards Jack's group as people yelled and recorded everything from their phones.
Why that guy trying to kick you for no reason? Yo, how are you 260 and we still eat your hits? You're a little.
Now you see me in my natural environment.
Of course, Jack then tweeted trying to frame the whole thing as another example of him being treated unfairly by saying, "I was just walking by and he tries to kick me for no reason. And that's how it all started. I literally didn't say or do anything to him, but I'll always be the bad guy in the situation, lol." According to the reporting at the time, the whole thing happened backstage at the Kaseya Center while Arlovsky was moving through the arena with his wife, his child, and his friends. Jack, who is known for walking directly into people and shoulder checking them as a part of his content, allegedly ran into Arlovsky. I mean, who would have thought that shoulder checking people for content, then hiding behind your bodyguard, would ever catch up to you?
Yo, what's up? What's up? What you gonna do? What you gonna do, little bro? What you gonna do? Uh-oh, he's mad. Uh-oh. What you gonna do, little bro?
But almost immediately, things got heated. One of Jack's friends or team members, maybe his bodyguard, appeared to throw a punch, and then Arlovsky responded, and everything turned into a dumpster fire. So, from Jack's point of view, this was another random attack. But according to Arlovsky, his perspective was very different. Arlovsky responded just days later, saying this wasn't just an unprovoked attack. From his Instagram story post, he said, "First of all, I didn't beat anyone. I just stopped the threat. Someone threatened me, my wife, my kid, and I have another friend and his wife. I did what I was supposed to do and what every man is supposed to do and stop the threat." And in another post, Arlovsky said that he was the victim and that Jack was looking for content and they had been sucker punched during the fight. But before we get there, Arlovsky didn't stop with just one response, because on January 1st, Arlovsky spoke again, this time in a longer interview. By then, Jack had already issued challenges, talked about fighting, and loudly claimed online that he wasn't scared of anyone. But according to Arlovsky, none of this really lasted too long. He called me this and that and talked about boxing, and if I understood for MMA, my manager mentioned something like Misfix contacted him and no response. Nothing. Then came the line that would pretty much summarize Jack's online personality. He was super brave, super loud for these 2 or 3 days, and now he vanished. And Arlovsky, he admitted before the fight that he didn't even know who Jack Doherty was. He only learned about the name after the clips went viral and people started messaging him. So I mean, if that's the case, there's no reason for Arlovsky to actually start a fight with Jack out of nowhere, like Jack claimed. I also think one of the funniest parts of the entire thing is that Arlovsky said that having a fight with Jack made him into some kind of like online or in-person hero, because he said a whole bunch of like random kids recognized him because of that clip. And I mean, honestly, that's just kind of diabolical, because it shows how much the world dislikes streamers who just harass strangers on the street for content like Jack. So Arlovsky also confirmed that Jack's bodyguard did throw punches, and that instead of anyone trying to help this random fight, everyone just started recording Jack's team hitting him, which is interesting and honestly very on brand for the social media sphere. But with the focus now on his upcoming bare knuckle fight against Ben Roswell, Arlovsky said that he wasn't interested in continuing the drama. Jack, according to him, had already vanished. And the last time I covered Jack, it was already obvious things were headed downhill, because, you know, he had a legal interaction on November 15th. He was arrested in Miami, and according to the Miami Beach Police Department, Jack Doherty was arrested at 3:12 a.m. after officers saw him intentionally stepping into the traffic and blocking the roadway at the 700 block of Washington Avenue.
What? No. I got it. I'm good. I got it. Hey, yo, you don't want to go neither. Back up. I'm just saying I got it. Back up. Don't worry about it. Chill.
Go to the sidewalk now. Go to the sidewalk now. You want to go with him?
Who the f you think you are, bro? No, you're f***ing not. He was trying. Dude, who the f are you, bro?
And according to the affidavit, officers issued multiple.
Who does he think he is? He think he's... Oh wait, it's when little Jacky D's bodyguard was trying to pop off and be a dicky. Okay, I forgot which one.
100 block of Washington
Bro is
Avenue.
so dumb.
No. I'm good.
I'm talking about his bodyguard for getting in the way of the police doing their job. Like, way to obstruct, bro. They're the police. You're a bodyguard. Simmer down.
got him. Hey, yo, you don't want to go neither. Back up. I'm just saying I got him. Back up. Don't worry about it.
Chill. Go to the sidewalk now. Go to the sidewalk now. You want to go with him?
Who the f you think you are, bro? No, you're f***ing not. He was trying to dude, who the f are you, bro?
And according to the affidavit, officers issued multiple commands to get out of the road. Jack refused, even after members of his own group told him to comply. The affidavit states that he replied no, which is just genius. But he was about to prove to the world how much of a genius he really was, because police warned him that he was going to get arrested, and Jack's response to that was, once I'm done with this, bet. Which, that's just not something you say to the police, unless you want to spend the night in jail. Especially because he had illegal stuff on him while he was actively refusing to comply with police. It really doesn't get too much dumber than that. No, actually, I take that back. It gets a whole lot dumber than that. We know very well on this channel, it gets a whole lot dumber than that. But that was still really dumb. But they apprehended Jack in the middle of the roadway due to what the affidavit describes as his deliberate refusal to follow lawful orders and continued obstruction of traffic. Jack was then transported to the Miami Beach Police Holding Facility for booking, and the after-hours state attorney was contacted for charging. He was charged with possession of a controlled substance, possession, and resisting an officer without violence. After his release, Jack said that was the worst 24 hours ever. There was no traffic. It was just 3 in the morning. I think they just wanted to lock me up, but fair enough, learned my lesson. Did he really though? I don't know. But of course, even though he said it was the worst 24 hours of his life, Jack wasted no time to turn all that into content. He posted a video showing himself released from jail, posing with people with his face on t-shirts. As of right now, an arraignment hearing where Jack will officially enter a plea is scheduled to a little over a week from now. Legally speaking, this probably won't destroy him. Realistically, I don't think he's gonna get any serious charges from this. But in the Arlovsky situation, Jack said, I literally didn't say or do anything. In the Miami Beach situation, Jack just said there was no traffic and the police just wanted to lock him up. In both cases, multiple accounts say the same thing. Jack was pushing the situation for content, refusing to stop, and acting shocked when the world doesn't want to play along. But he did present a little bit of hope for everyone out there on New Year's, because he announced that he was not going to return to social media in 2026.
All right, guys, I'm quitting social media. This is my last video ever, and if you don't believe me, you can check back in here in 24 hours plus. I am not posting another video ever again. I'm not going into 2026. I'm quitting social media, and this is my last video. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, but I'm done.
I don't think anyone believed that though, because naturally he returned. His girlfriend also posted something related to either this arrest or a previous situation as well. Yeah, it's an interesting mindset to just get pulled over by the police and immediately jump to, how can I farm this for content? But overall, it seems like their content has also kind of shifted from going to the mall and I guess baiting people and baiting the OF to just flaunting their stuff.
Alright guys, my boyfriend's gonna show you all his cool watches and you guys better pay attention and you guys better be nice.
Hi, I'm Jack. These are my cool watches. And so the first one is probably one of my favorite ones. This Richard Mille RM30, one of 30 in the world.
To me, I mean, it almost kind of seems like they're giving up, because what is this? Also, they're now forcing their new bodyguard to film TikToks with them. So, that's interesting. But it now seems like more people than ever are becoming aware of this awful behavior, since this title from this Daily Mail article is pretty fascinating. Truth about the worst man on the internet. Jack Doherty eats other people's food, had an OF wedding with this astonishing clause, and sets his bodyguard on strangers. But this is why he's facing a dark future. Yeah, that's an interesting title. I feel like his biggest problem here is he keeps on having to do stuff for attention, and it's always negative context stuff for attention.
Well, it's also like negative fucking critical thinking.
And that's only a downward spiral, as
that too.
We've been witnessing for the last couple of years. But Jack has an arraignment scheduled in a little bit over a week right now for his other case, so drop a like if you want me to cover that and what happens there. But if you want to watch me travel to the Philippines and back in like 50 hours, you can watch this video right here. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Please don't tell me I did high state. I did just install, right? I'm pretty sure I did just install. This is finishing the ultimate ThinkPad. I'm sorry, no. I want to. It sounds lovely, but no. I both love it. I have a very love-hate ThinkPad relationship, okay? Do I love the nipple? Oh, golly gee willikers, it's the only nipple I want to touch and look at. But, do they bring back beautiful memories? Tragic ones? Yes. Yes, they do. ThinkPad number 1. ThinkPad OG. ThinkPad save the world. ThinkPad auto-tune. ThinkPad everything. Tamagotchi. I still have my Tamagotchi. They don't have bad memories attached to them, unlike the ThinkPad, the little thinkity-dink. The Tamagotchi's pure. It's basically everything to me, so I keep it close to my heart. Did I really fuck up and not timestamp the last thing?
This is
Are you fucking...
This IRL streamer just...
Oh my gosh, I didn't timestamp Mr. A to Z Man? Y'all, that is so dicked.
can't
What
stop.
a shitty streamer I am. Holy fuck. 005000 A to Z Man on the Little Baby Jacky D drama with officers to were right. That seems very to the point. No one can argue with that.
This
Tamagotchi.
I didn't think I'd like the new Tamagotchi, to be honest with you. I really enjoyed the concept of it, but the Tamagotchi itself originally put me off. It's so much bigger and bulkier than the Uni. The shell looks a lot cheaper feeling in comparison to the other Tamas, and hot take, I actually really liked the USB-C charging port that has
Yep.
now reverted back to batteries. And I know there's the whole preservation thing, so like I get it, but it does make it like a little inconvenient. And the Uni had online features, so they could update it if there were any bugs or do fun little collabs and things like that. I think paid DLC was kind of insane, but the online stuff is already really cute to me, so I think it gets a pass. Basically, I was skeptical as
I still have my Tamas. I couldn't give them up, not if I tried.
hell for this thing, and I couldn't get the pre-orders back when it first came out last summer because it was crazy. These things were out of stock every single day. It's now October, and I actually managed to get one for my birthday. These things are finally in stock, online at least, and I was met with my first decision. These things are like fucking Pokemon. There are 3, now 4 eggs that you can choose from. Not in-game, I mean physically. Like, this is a real-ass decision you can make before, like choosing a starter. Land, sky, and water, and forest? Okay, I chose water. Basically, the Tamagotchi you get is the biome you start in. Biome, you may ask? Yeah, we're running planets now. You are a scientist, a caregiver in the Tamagotchi lab, from what I can gather. Pretty much, the people of Earth loved Tamagotchi so much that the Tamagotchi planet became overwhelmed with love, which caused a volcanic eruption that scattered large eggs across space. And these eggs became planets themselves. So you, yes you, are to look after one of these planets and see how the Tamagotchi evolve and adapt to their ecosystem over time. The game actually came with a manual, which is awesome because I don't see many detailed manuals like this anymore. Anyway, it gives you the lore rundown and tells you need to give it good meals and a clean environment. And I quote, "But through all that steady work, we grow and adore our strange, whimsical little creatures." Hell yeah, I do. It is so refreshing to see a well thought out manual like this nowadays. I actually take this with me even though I end up Googling most things, which is probably why these are no longer a thing with console games. It gives you a brief rundown of the Tamagotchi and this massive evolution chart. Yeah, there's so many Tamagotchi characters in this little thing, it is so crazy. There are over 50 adult characters, 12 different species, and the possibility to breed over 50,000 characters in the palm of my hand. I've already had this device for a little bit, but here's the rundown on what I've discovered so far before we move on. I was prompted to name my planet and chose Gungus. I got a little egg, waited for it to hatch, you know, the whole shebang, and I began plotting what creature I wanted this to evolve into. I decided between this jellyfish or this little sea slug. Either way, you need to feed it only or primarily pellets, which is the default food thing from what I can gather. And also, just do not fuck up. I took this thing everywhere. Like, it's not needy at all. After a few days it evolved, and then it evolved again when I was studying at a cafe, so, you know, distracted me from my studies, but whatever. And of course, it evolved when I couldn't record it, but I got the jellyfish, let's go! If you end up getting super busy, just like the Uni, there's a Tama sitter who can watch your Tama until 7 p.m, and you can also put your Tama to sleep starting at 7 p.m, which is really nice if, again, like, if you're extremely busy. There's also a feature where you can wake them up instead of your Tamagotchi waking up at like 6 a.m. and then yelling at you, or just being upset that you woke up too late. This Tamagotchi understands. Raising the tama is just what you'd expect from a Tamagotchi. You feed it, you play with it, you try not to kill it, but you feed it, and how well or poorly you raise it determines its evolution. I actually saw that there's a secret tama in which if you just completely neglect it as a baby, it does not grow. And it can't do a lot of things either, like you can't breed it or anything, so you just kind of have to restart with a new egg, so don't neglect your baby. Like I said, I fed mine pellets until it evolved, and I took care of it the best I could, and I got this jellyfish little friend. This dial, this weird thing right here, yeah, that's like your microscope. You can zoom in and out of the planet, yeah? When you unlock more biomes, you can zoom into them from this planet menu, which to me is like the default menu. You can zoom into your tama's environment, see what's going on here, and when you raise a new tama, your previous adult tamas will kind of roam in the background, and you can't raise them, but you can still check in on them, which I really like. And if you keep zooming in, you can view your Tamagotchi at a cellular level. Yeah.
I think what I'm gonna do soon is like run the actual container as Salt Master and run the system as a minion. Not a minion, sorry, that's already working. No, as a syndic.
This is where you see their hunger and their happiness, see if they're sick or not. It's weird, but I kind of love it. Not only does it play into the scientific theme that this game has, but it's a nice homage to pocket watches, even though this cannot fit in your pocket unless you have big boy pockets. I'm a student in college, and I've been able to take care of it without having to take the batteries out to pause it, which is really nice. On the uni, you were able to pause it without, you know, taking batteries out because there were no batteries. But the fact that this Tamagotchi is so graceful just makes it really nice. I feel like other more classic Tamagotchis are a lot harder to take care of if you're a really busy person, but this Tamagotchi, and the same with the uni, just kind of sit on my desk while I study or do work, so I can just kind of peep in whenever. If you're familiar with the uni or other models, as far as I'm aware, playing with your Tamagotchi usually does it by itself. You can kind of spam the play button and raise its happiness out like that. With the Paradise, you're given multiple mini games to choose from to raise its happiness. Personally, I only really like the UFO and the walking game. The UFO is just like a watch the cup and it shuffles around type of game. I don't know what that's called, but it's super easy and a good way to raise happiness points and stuff like that. The walking game requires a bit more brain power though. You use the dial to guide your Tamagotchi kind of through like a maze, even though you have an obstructed view around the map. You just gotta make it to the end and your Tama's happy, basically. There's even more mini games in the Tama Lab feature, which are ways to make money so you can afford like little toys and food and the Tama sitter and whatever. There's different difficulties on these games, but some of them are kind of hard on easy, which is a little embarrassing for me. I haven't unlocked them all just yet. Another thing I love is just turning on the Paradise just to see what they're doing. Like, my Tamagotchi just interacts with objects I put around the world, and it is so cute. It's kind of like when you put down an object in Animal Crossing and see how your NPCs react to it. I love that this Tamagotchi actually feels like a world that your Tamas live in, because that was the goal. I've only had this Tama for about a week, and my jellyfish seems to be living a happy life, so I think it's time to add another Tama to this planet. Something I dreaded about other Tamagotchis, aka every Tamagotchi, is that your Tama could either die of old age if you're playing on an older one, or like the uni, they'd ask to move out all the time just to have a life of their own. And while moving out is a nice feature, teaches your kids to let go or whatever, and you can decline them moving out to keep them forever, if you do let them go, you can never see that Tama you raised ever again, as far as I'm aware. I'm not one who likes to replay games I spent a lot of time grinding in, and I feel the same about Tamagotchis. So even though the replay value of raising a new Tamagotchi every time is a huge part of why people even play these in the first place, I didn't like that you could just never interact with your old Tamagotchis again. In the Paradise, however, they approached this very differently. This little field that you can view your Tamas in, the one where they interact with toys, if you raise a new Tama, your older Tamas will just roam around. You can't raise them or care for them anymore, but you can still pop in, see how they're doing, and that is literally all I ever wanted. With there being a shit ton of new characters anyway, I think I finally feel ready to raise a new Tamagotchi. Now the question is, who am I raising? Let's get started and commit to this though.
Are you raising all of us?
I went to the Tama Lab, and the game told me that my little jelly friend will be released into the field. After hesitating at the "are you sure," I decided to commit and say yes. And I'm glad I did, because not only did my little friend seem so excited that there's another Tamagotchi in this world, but my planet leveled up. This Tama hatched immediately after I stopped recording, and it spawned in really upset. I gave it as much milk as humanly possible and played some UFO games with it until it was hatched. I also unlocked the sky field, which means if I wanted to, I could throw the Tama over there and raise a sky Tamagotchi, but I decided to keep it in the water biome for now, since water Tamagotchis appeal to me the most, but I'll get to the sky one, don't worry. And of course, my little jelly friend is living his best life around his new friend. If only it was that easy. A newborn Tamagotchi is its neediest form, which is why I recommend you start this shit on a weekend or something. After this little fella took a bath, it decided to take a shit and get a tummy ache. I zoomed in to assess the issue, and I don't know what this child swallowed, but it was being attacked. Me, being a skilled scientist, killed off those little shits and gave it more milk, of course. Now I should be able to get back to doing my homework. Whoever this little creature is that cleans the poop must be working overtime, because what do you mean they travel across the entire planet for this? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention your Tama poop is collected and used for energy for space travel. Yeah, anyway. Throughout the day, it kept getting sad and hungry, and no matter how many times I fed it, it was just not happy. It kept shitting all over the place, like I kid you not, I cleaned its poop. I fed it, it was... Yeah, anyway. Throughout the day, it kept getting sad and hungry, and no matter how many times I fed it, it was just not happy. It kept shitting all over the place, like I kid you not, I cleaned its poop right before this, and then it just pooped in my face again. But I did manage to catch it assaulting my jelly friend in the sand pit, and my goat decided to get revenge. After a long day of caring and decorating the Tama, it evolved into a kid, which means whatever I feed it from here on out, and of course how I take care of it, will determine what we get. It also means it's not as needy, so it won't shit everywhere. I planned on trying to get urukachi, but I realized I had no seafood. So I sent my Tamas egg hunting, which is just them going out and gathering food, and I realized I gave that jellyfish like all of my food, like even food that you'd give to characters in other
Do you not make salt minion logs on Windows by default?
biomes. So like I probably need those later. Realizing and regretting all of my choices, I waited for them to come back, only for them to come back with mostly seaweed, not seafood. This is fine. If I feed it mostly seaweed and care for it well enough, I could either get the axolotl Tamagotchi, axolopachi, or imorichi. And I am fine with either of these. But for now, the evolution of this Tama is in the planet's hands, which makes this a little more exciting. Kind of like a classic Tamagotchi experience. You don't exactly know what you're gonna get. You can probably get like an idea. I recently saw that you can dress up your planet from gifts you get from other planets, you know, from the poop travel. And you can get visitors from said planets you use decoration for. There is so much going on here. So let's start some Tamagotchi goals. I want to visit other planets because I kind of want to see what they give me. And I mean, we'll get there eventually because this thing is still pooping. I want to unlock the land field because the land field is where you get Mamechi, and Mamechi is my goat. And I got Mamechi on the uni, but my uni is not on and running right now. So, you know, I kind of want to see my goat again. I also will raise a sky Tamagotchi because currently the game is telling me to raise a sky kid, even though I'm focused on water, but that's whatever. And I also want to breed Tamagotchis because that is a feature that is heavily promoted. And, you know, why not? We might as well. But so far, for day one, that is all I got for this little shitter. Maybe I'll just name it Shitter. I think that's what we'll do. But for now, we wait until day 2. Ooh, microphone change, sorry. So day 2 has been very uneventful so far, to be honest with you. I woke up the Tama while I was toasting a bagel. I sent the Tamas on an egg hunt to hopefully get more seaweed since this is the path we're on now. And they actually came home with no seaweed at all. Okay. Our poo resources are almost full though, which means there's potential for space travel today, which would be really cool if possible, but it really hasn't needed me at all today. I fed it a few times, then I just had time to do whatever. Kind of a good excuse to do a mini school vlog in here though. I'm trying to design a headphone stand, maybe an earring display out of acrylic because I'm in a production design class, but I'm like completely unsure right now. The point is I've spent way more time brainstorming today than taking care of the thing. So today has mostly consisted of me reorganizing, tweaking my virtual pet display, doing laundry, you know, adult stuff, while this little thing is just
Fuck, I forgot to do adult stuff. Hey, laundry. Hey, blanket I need to wash. How are you doing over there? Beautimus.
lollygagging the entire time. This thing
I only forgot to do like some of it. I still ate. I ate food. So consider that a societal W.
has like not needed me at all today.
Doing
it's
big
currently
moves.
3 p.m. and
Big
all
news,
it's
big
done
moves,
today
big shit.
is just play around, which is like good. It gives me time to do chores, but it's out here
Big
acting like
things.
it's lived its life before. Pretty uneventful day from this guy, but you know, at least he's happy. So our tama just evolved. We now have the leap young, I believe it's what it's called. Let me see. Yeah. We now have the leap young, which means we fed it mostly seaweed. So we are on track to get either the axolotl or the other salamander. Pretty much from this point on, it entirely depends on what I feed it and how I take care of it. And if I really mess up taking care of it, we'll just get a whole other Tamagotchi. But this was definitely the most eventful thing to happen today so far. I'm really glad it did evolve. I'm hoping that it takes a little dookie soon so that we can hopefully space travel. But it looks so cute. I'm really happy with how it looks.
Yeah, my unless blocks are actually causing more issue than it's worth for the Wingit nonsense. And I'm just like confirming this patiently. What is it? Control K, Control C to comment things? Oh, base. Isn't that nice? This Wingit. Okay, Control K, Control C. Motherfucker. Control K, Control... Motherfucker. Control K, Control C. I was not holding control. I was very smart. Control K, Control C. And that should be Wingit runtimes, Wingit system, Wingit userland stuff. Okay, dope. And then we iterate over the user list. Okay, dope. This is in pillar. I didn't like stuff this into a state because I wasn't thinking, I think. I don't...
I believe it takes about another 24 hours for these to evolve into their adult form. Or maybe there's another form before this. No, I think this is the in-between.
It should be a little concerning that it's the only instance coming up with anything. That should like actually be horrifying. Hold on, that should be a bad thing.
I think so. But yeah, right now we are kind of on a roll. My planet didn't level up or anything because it still wants me to raise a Tamagotchi in another field. So the plan is after this one evolves, we're just gonna switch over to the sky field just so we can progress. But for now, I'm really happy to have a second water Tamagotchi, and this frickin' guy is just chilling. But yeah, what time is it even? It is 4 o'clock. So hopefully by this time tomorrow, we will get an evolved adult Tamagotchi. Maybe, maybe not. And we'll see if anything else happens today.
Okay, I can confirm it exists. I can confirm this pillar does exist. It does. It does. I'm gonna go check the pillar.
Day 3 has begun. Today has began very similarly to yesterday. It hasn't really needed me, and we're just continuing to keep it happy and full. Nothing too crazy so far. We're hoping that it'll evolve today, but if the 24-hour thing is correct and it'll actually evolve like right before school starts. So let's see how that... It evolved right when class started. But we got our axolotl, and the planet leveled up to level 6, which means we can now space travel. When going to travel, I was given 2 options, the sweet or relaxed planet. I decided on the sweet planet, and yeah, that seems about right. This delicious individual gave us a gift for our travels, and it was a hat for our planet. From leveling up, we also unlocked the land biome, which I am extremely excited about because I really want Mamechi. We also unlocked new things to do in the shop, such as buying cooked meals and cooking meals. This game literally has it all. And some more planet decor. I couldn't resist the Mamechi plush. It's too good. There are even more planets to explore, even more things to do. But all I really wanted to do in this video was share the overall raising experience of a Tamagotchi paradise with you all. And with space travel done and the land biome unlocked, we have now completed 2 of our goals. I really want to collect more characters and grow this planet more, but this video would be insanely long if I documented everything I did. So for now, that is the end of this daily documentation. But I've now had the Paradise for nearly a week, so let's talk some of my initial thoughts. I've grown to really like the design of the Paradise, but I'm not a fan of how big it is still. It just doesn't look as cute on a keychain like the other ones do, like the Classics, the Connection, even the Uni. And I got really used to that cute little size. But when I am using the Paradise, that doesn't really bother me anymore. However, I'm still mixed on the shells themselves. Like, I feel like Tamagotchi shells used to use up as much space as possible design-wise. Like, the Uni also strayed away from this, but the faceplate taking up most of the design of the shell could arguably make up for it. I feel like this is a lot of empty canvas space that they could just be using up in a variety of shells. However, I did say this was a lot of empty canvas space. I've seen so many custom Paradises already. People decorate the shit out of these things, and they have inspired me to do the same, and I am now looking at stickers to put on my Paradise. But the very crafty and creative following that Tamagotchi has does not make up for the lack of physical shell creativity that Bandai had here. I also really question the color combo decisions on the shells that we have. It's really weird. This does make me wonder if in the future we'll see some kind of mod to make the Paradise smaller, because we're already seeing a lot of custom shells and a lot of mods that even get ways to get the Tama Lab features from the comfort of your own home. And if you don't know, the Tama Lab is like kiosks that you'd see in Bandai stores or toy stores or stuff like that. But there's absolutely none of those in my state, so, you know, amazing. Overall, I absolutely love the Paradise. This really feels like an in-depth cozy game. I thought the Tamagotchi Uni and the pics were like crazy, right? But the Paradise is just like uncomparable. There is so much content, and yes, the Uni had a lot of content because it had a lot of online and DLC features, but the Paradise is nuts. Like, there's so much to do, and I'm still not even done.
Also, made a big snafu. So the Salt Master, it doesn't need to do much with itself. But for some reason, its minion config says that its name is Salt, but it's Salt Master. I'm just gonna write a host alias, I don't care.
It's just a really crazy mess that I love. However, that's kind of all I got to say about the Paradise for now. I really enjoyed making a Tamagotchi vlog video. This sort of feels like back in 2020 when there were Animal Crossing island videos of people just working their way up and making their island. And I have binged a few Tamagotchi vlogs, but I just feel a lack of these, right? This was a lot of fun to do, so I don't know if you liked it. Let me know if you like these kinds of videos. One last thing to add, I try not to promote my coffee or anything like that on my channel because I'm not really big on just kind of being like, hi guys, give me your money, you know what I mean? But I have...
Hi guys, give me your coffers.
But I have always had my coffee linked in the description of my videos. So if you do, there is always the option to buy me a coffee if you want to support the channel and support me making all of these videos. And
I am here for the Tamagotchi shit, so keep it up.
And I'm gonna start selling some digital baby print ready stuff of my designs or my artwork on there if you're interested in that. And also making videos on different products all the time is really expensive. But I just wanted to bring it up in this video just so you know. So if you do really like my videos and you want to show some support, that's always there. But this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that if you were having a nice little meal while watching this video, I hope your meal was delicious. If you were drawing and you had this video on in the background, I hope your drawing was fantastic. Or if you were just doing chores or whatever, I hope you finished your chores. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!
Thank you.
Cats are
That was cozy. I'm gonna move the runtimes up a little bit so it's just more easy to read the parsing of it, and then keep like system agnostic shit at the bottom, I suppose, and then just like suffer less, because Chocolatey installs mostly system level shit, because like getting dive through Wingit is, you better fucking go like, you know, I don't know, go man, just like go cry to Jesus or something. That's not happening. But on the other hand, Yeah, everything else is fine. I had to split the Windows shit into like userland and system, so that was fun. I've parsed over the install steps. I just exposed a lot more error, so we're seeing if things take a big old dookie. Now it should be running state in such a way that this runs per each user, and so I probably should have, you know, what's the word here? Fuck. There's a word here, and I don't know what the fuck it is. But it's definitely the thing. Can I control-C this? Yo! I want to play Fortnite. I want this to work first. Oh, fuck your mid-install ass. L-debug. Let's go. L-rip bozo.
Manipulating us. Get that through your skull. Cats are not pets in the traditional sense.
Yeah, they're not actually domesticated in the capacity that it seems to matter for a lot of people, but I don't give a shit. They're cute. So I don't give a fuck. We'll be watching cat content like later. There's cult content. I do like staring at cults. I can't really help myself.
Here goes nothing. Oh, play.
But alternatively, there's freezing dead people for the future, which I currently think people that do are kind of like really fucking up. And grave robbing and why it's still real is like the newer video, which is a big no shit. So that's kind of whatever. Like I don't know why someone would think grave robbing is gone. That would be silly. Like that would be a very silly, unfucking developed take, I think. It's like, oh, grave robbing must be gone. No, you must be. On Jankum. You absolute fucking goober. Why would you think grave robbing stopped? It's going on a lot, as it has, as it will. Not that that's okay. Me mentioning it is a condemnation. Lauren sandwiched between, sorry, TikTok cults going fucking bananas, sandwiched between Lauren the Mortician. We'll do grave robbers later. Everyone knows about grave robbers. I'm worried about these people that freeze themselves. And I really do like staring at cults. They're quite interesting. I'll be off in like, you know, like I'm on for like an hour, hour and a half-ish tonight. Hour and a half-ish, maybe 2-ish hours rather, I can speak. And I've been a little bit distractable, as I'm sure you're able to tell. You'll live. I don't fucking care. You'll fucking live. I know what you need. You'll live. You'll be fine. I believe in you. I believe in you, boo-boo. What the fuck? Oh, it failed to compile for a reasonable reason that it's still running. So it didn't. No, it didn't. I've been running Salt Call way too much.
A cult leader?
I'm starting a cult and you guys are all going to be a part of it.
Here's how.
The internet is a place full of
This is what I need.
people. Because the possibilities are endless, this can be a very dangerous thing. Those who are lost are always in search of guidance, and there will forever be someone trying to lead their truth. A modern definition of cult is a group or a movement exhibiting a great or excessive devotion to some person, idea, or thing, and employing unethically manipulative techniques of persuasion and control designed to advance the goals of the group's leaders to the actual or possible detriment of members, their families, or the community.
Okay, my silly little debug step is totally fine to drop out. I did actually get the return I was looking for. I'm just being a dumb bitch. Part 2 of that was adding force in these flags, which really shouldn't be here when we're just doing like a usual install. That's entirely unnecessary and unokay to do typically, so we should just be doing win-get install, accept source agreements, accept package agreements, scope user exact and ID. Again, the scope's going to be what changes throughout all of these. Like that's going to be our rotating thingy to the point where I probably should have it like at the front for ease to read, but I don't care. I mean, clearly I am sometimes when I'm doing win-get list. Clearly I care about myself sometimes. I'm doing it. I had a smart person moment.
There are many different types of cults, such as religious, political, business and commerce, relational, online drift, and academic. Today I want to focus on online drift, something that can lead to online cults. Online drift specifically is a term that describes the notion of finding others with similar beliefs and experiences in order to create a community. Online drift itself is not a bad thing. It's finding others to talk with and have fun online while sharing the same interests. It's a
See, now it looks consistent to where it's never hard to tell. Are we doing like runtime shit with machine scope where we're listing machine scope? Don't judge me. Fuck this world. Are we fucking doing machine scope system-wide shit? Yeah, probably. And were we doing userland shit where it enumerates the users and it tries to, like, for user and users, does a thing. And then for category package, and then it does the thing. We don't use category presently.
Spectrum, though, like many things. The far
I'm about to.
right side of the spectrum leads to online communities
Later.
of hate, control, manipulation, lies, abuse, crime, and or danger. A concept that in my opinion is not talked about enough, as many online cults are easily hidden, hard to recognize, explores anonymity, and allows for a wider reach. It is one thing to get someone to leave their house to join meetings or group sessions with their new community, but it is another to click a few buttons, follow new people, watch some videos or streams, and join a server or chat from the comfort of your bed while you are going through a hard time and you need some company. This is a real issue that even led the European police to bring attention to the rise of online cults that target children, specifically in February of 2025. The FBI has had to investigate both Discord and Telegram due to both being hubs of online cults, including what we will be talking about today. I promise you that this is significantly more of an issue than you realize. So before we get too far in, I would like to talk about the sponsor of today's video, which allows me to keep posting and educating my viewers about how terrible the internet can be. Today's video is sponsored by Mantis Sleep. I don't know about you guys, but when light begins to shine on my eyes in the morning, I want to punch a wall. And sometimes
Yes.
a nap is a necessity for my functioning, but if it is not pitch black, it's not happening. With Mantis Sleep's eye mask, though, I am all...
Yeah, I just stay awake until I'm physically unable to stay awake anymore, and I just kind of accept that I'm a fucking loser and a bitch. So I don't know having the strength to go to sleep when an alarm tells you to. That sounds horrifying, honestly. I'd rather stay awake until my body just can't do it anymore, and then I'm fucking falling off of my shit. That's what feels natural to me, you know? I can manage it better. It feels less scary. Everything else is scary, because you're like just giving in to the fucking oppressive sleep monsters. Like, who the fuck wants that? That seems horrifying. And outright not very fun. Which of these processes is this one? I'm literally about to kill this process. Which one is this? 298 some shit. Oh. That's not reasonable. Make salt jobs. The fuck no? No old jobs. Oh. Never mind. Jobs list. Job one. User fruit. User fruit. Okay, boring. 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 Boring, boring, boring. I fucked this up. Not everything is happy-dappy. Some things are written like shit. Lol. 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 Lol, lol. Lol, 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 lol. There we go. There's a high state. There's a shmai. That's like a really weird time for a high state. Fuck if I know if this clock is in the right place. See, Windows install high state, the arguments test equals true one, just shush. And then we get back to the job identification. What the fuck?
Set as someone who is
It's so noisy because I let it be.
too lazy to buy curtains. If I didn't know better, I'd think I was dead with how dark it is in here. It's extremely adjustable, so it can fit all different sized heads and provides extra cushion for extra comfort. Yes, even for side sleepers like myself. They have many different accessories, so you can pick one that is right for you. Join the pro nap movement and go to mantasleep.com and use code Allie at checkout for 10% off. Or you can also click the link in the description below. Thank you, Mantis Sleep, for sponsoring today's video, and let's get on with it. On July 10th, a user on TikTok named Gigi Jarvis, a 25-year-old sociology major graduated adult, posted the video with text starting a cult day one.
I'm gonna move our theme Twilight to, whatchamacallit? A heroic game launcher, and maybe play night at some point. I'm not really sure how that's gonna go. I don't really want to, as much as I want to do other shit, so.
Starting a cult and you guys are all gonna be a part of it.
I didn't start this part.
Her following skyrocketed, people were talking about her, people were interested in joining, and it was kind of turning into something. Until...
Guys, we're gonna be in the documentary about starting a cult soon. No, you guys are gonna be in the documentary about cyberbullying a girl from rumors caused by groupthink and fear-mongering.
Yeah. It got out of hand. Let's start from the beginning though. On day 1 of the cult, she mentioned starting Victim of the Week, where a random person's photo in the comment section will become her profile picture. Sounds pretty harmless, right? I mean, not the cult part, but you know, that idea's harmless. The idea of profile picture cults is something that many are aware about when it comes to TikTok. In 2020 is when this concept became quite popular, referring to a group of people who use the same profile picture to indicate a shared interest. So Gigi used a pretty familiar concept to start the party off, using cult as a synonym to crew, group, squad, team, unit, etc. is insensitive to real cult survivors who have lost loved ones, were abused, and have to...
Just imagine if someone like walks into something and they're like, G-cult it, and someone just starts breaking down or some shit. Anyways, I like staring at cults, not because haha, but because it's remarkably interesting and genuinely quite important to me to stare at how people tend to wrap themselves around considering stuff.
Live with that trauma every day. Watering down the names of real issues contributes to the eraser of what victims are trying to share in order to prevent others from making the same decisions. Kids nowadays see the name cult as a quirky trend, and this video is a full dedication to trying to reverse any ounce of that. So what about day 2? Let's keep getting some information.
Hi, cult leader here.
What?
Low-key, Scientology's just trying to like diminish the concern we have around the phrase cult so they can take over and usurp the fucking non-believers. Everyone talks about what fucking like radicals in Islam and Christianity are trying to do. No one talks about the radical Scientologists. Also, no one talks about how when they get interviewed by people, how if they open their mouth, they might be dealing with an auditor at that moment too, and they might think that you are trying to make them squeal on something so they can then go about ruining your fucking life. And no one who fucking covers them seems to realize or even mention this, that the very nature of asking anyone in that church might directly put them in harm's way. So like, it's just like wild, man. Like, it's fucking bananas. Like, that needs to be mentioned more. Where the fuck is fucking, what the fuck is this called? Input leap, input leap. Input leap, pause. There you go, service. Don't fuck my mouse up. Turn it up.
Confidently calling yourself a cult leader is kind of insane. You want to identify yourself as the same description of this person, and this person.
I mean, I also like I find the people that like do weird, the evangelical Christian folks that do weird snake shit, I find them intriguing. I don't know a better way to phrase it. I find them intriguing.
She then discusses how there is a popular cult member request of having monthly holidays and that monthly pictures of members' pets will be posted as a sacrifice. Would you do that? Post your fluffy best friend to TikTok as a metaphorical sacrifice to this woman?
No.
Who's starting a cult?
But I'm based.
So this started the first real wave of mayhem. You know, Gigi happily calling herself a cult leader and bringing up the concept of sacrifices really began to upset people because it was, we're kind of starting to mock real cults. Yeah. Day 2 is also when Gigi posted that she had picked their cult symbol.
Congratulations, we have officially selected the symbols for our cult. We are doing the fingerprint and then the star, like above. Don't think of the emoji as a texting thing, think of it as me literally coming to you and branding it onto your skin.
Until this point, the cult did not have a name, so she asked her followers to pick one, and day 4 is when the name was chosen.
Congratulations, we have officially named our cult Children of the Waning Star, or CWS for short.
Also on day 4,
sounds
she
like some
introduces the
Christian
idea
shit.
of
I can
an
speak.
entity and how members have began being visited by it.
Be on the lookout for the next meeting because we will be speaking about the entity. Many members have mentioned an entity come and visit them.
All of this happening between the span of a few days. Like when I say day 4, babe, I mean day 4. Like all of this was very quick. So this is a joke. right? She's just being silly, goofy, and making fun of the concept of cult. Great joke, by the way. Amazing, amazing work. But it's a joke, right? She posts that nearly 150,000 people have joined Children of the Waning Star. She started this because she wanted to do something crazy.
I feel crazy. I'm gonna post something crazy. And then all of a sudden, a lot of you came to me and was just like, I'm down to be a part of something.
When I feel crazy, I dye my hair pink and I cut my bangs.
Based.
But to each their own.
I want us to create an inclusive community that thrives off kindness. I know that is such a cornball thing to say, and I know it's ironic, especially calling it a cult.
Oh. I wanted to play and point out that specific clip because it insinuates that she's aware of what a cult is and its negative connotations, which I keep saying this, but it's gonna be important for later. After saying how her cult is different from other cults. I'm not like the other girls. She
like you're a cult different?
At the heartstrings.
You're enough.
Because we
You're
also
enough,
are critical
and
of them.
I want to make a group of people that can showcase to you that, like, you matter. I think we can create something way bigger. I think this can be something really beautiful. Oh, sorry.
Like many are confused in the comment section of this video, so this wasn't a joke. No, was not a joke. Cool.
Because of using a clickbait word, we have developed this into a platform, a cultural movement. The engagement is so high.
Oh my god, I need to walk around for a minute.
Justifying the use of the word cult.
Genuinely an honor to have been chosen by you guys to help be a part of something this big. Sorry, I'm like,
it keeps getting worse. After many days of people trying to educate Miss Ma'am about the importance of not calling this fun, quirky idea a cult, she finally posted a video saying this.
Hey guys, so we're not going to use the word cult anymore to describe us. Which honestly makes sense, because we're just a community that uses dark aesthetics. Also, like I said in my last video, because of using the word cult and it being clickbaity, and it's the reason why the platform grew so fast.
Claiming to have put cult leader on your resume to then being like, ooh, well, never mind. 2 days later, it's unhinged, actually. Bringing attention to, again, admitting to using the dark and sad nature of real cults and real victims as clickbait.
But did you expect better? Is my question. Because, I hate to say it, but expect disgenuality from anyone who's even trying to associate themselves with a cult. Like, why would you expect genuine behavior from disgenuine people? That seems outright silly. Oh my gosh. I'm a little lacking on their head. That's just bad. That's just like super bad on me. Henri! Horace! Away! I'm really bad right now. It's not even that my sleeve's sitting weird, it's just that I suck ass. I don't know why it is, but it is. It is what it is. Two can play at this game. I mean, they did prep with shotguns. They really weren't ready for me to be a fucking shithead. Maybe they were.
The next day, she posts a video, and instead of titling it, Starting a Cult Day 1, it was titled, Starting a Community Day 1.
Hey guys, if we had an accessory so we could spot out other people from our community out in public, what should it be?
I will say, that is a very quick move on from, just casually calling this thing a cult for a week. And this would actually be the last video that Gigi posted about growing her community. The hate got too much for our cult, community leader Gigi Jarvis, and she finally responded to the hate. You can find members of Children of the Waning Star by looking at a TikTok user's name, which, bear with me, I know this sounds silly, but this actually is a conversation we really need to have. Children are currently at an all-time high of experiencing PLEs, aka psychotic-like experiences that derive from their constant use of social media. Conversation about psychosis has skyrocketed recently as AI, and specifically ChatGPT, are also a contributor here. I will just be talking about social media-induced PLEs, though. I say psychotic-like experiences because it is important to note that social media and AI does not cause psychosis itself, but it adds to delusions. Delusions are a core part.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the things we were staring at a bit ago, is like folks like ending up in a state of escalating paranoia and escalating paranoia and whatchamacallit? And delusion, escalating paranoia and psychosis because of over-affirmation. Not over-affirmation, just being consistently affirmed, really, to be quite very specific. Too much to affirm, not enough to deny. Oh, fuck me. Tits!
Part of psychosis, but delusions can happen with other situations and conditions. To relevantly add, cult-like behaviors and ideologies can send people who are already susceptible to experiencing psychosis into psychosis. If you would like to learn more about this, I will be leaving a study in the description where nearly 12,000 children ages 9 to 12 were studied about their PLEs causing warps towards their reality due to online use. There is a reason why you feel kids are more gullible than ever. They are. Why are children doing this? Because they are impressionable and always want to be a part of something. She is the grown adult here. Here are some things that have come out of this cult if people want to say it's not that deep. Several images going around of people marking their skin with the cult's logo, which we are going to get more into when we talk about the FBI's involvement. Discord servers in which has channels for specifically praising Gigi as their leader, and channels for sacrifices in which there have been people sending pictures of past loved ones and allegedly sending pictures of dead animals. This is also being investigated by the FBI, specifically the dead animals part. There are tutorials on how to pray to Gigi, which some involve pouring wax on your hands and burning things. Real accounts that dedicate their posts to promoting Children of the Waning Star and trying to convince people to join. Also praising Gigi heavily and posting things like this. Using photos of Midsummer, the popular A24 cult horror movie, and the Source family, which was an abusive Hollywood sex cult where it was encouraged for underage girls to marry and have relationships with grown men. There are also altars that have been made in which offerings are given to either Gigi or the entity of Children of the Waning Star that has become a reality for members. So yeah, it actually kind of is that deep because we have a 25-year-old adult that graduated with a sociology degree, successfully gaining an underage audience in which she got from wanting to start what she said with her own words, a cult, and is contributing to the normalization of a dark reality that has killed and ruined many people's lives. The only thing I can give props to Gigi for is being the reason that a lot more children now know what a cult is, because they saw what she was saying, right, and thought it was something that they should and would enjoy being a part of, and then got educated by the tens of thousands of people with an understanding of how this was a mockery and informed these children about why they should not be entertaining this. I mentioned an entity that is a part of Children of the Waning Star, and yes, Gigi did bring attention to this. She saw that there were real accounts posting about these delusions of entities and endorsed it in a video, which brought it to more people's attention, which only made it then more active in people's mind and her community as a whole. But again,
I'm being such a bitch.
Not a big deal. Thank my Lord and God, Gigi and Entity. This video about the entity has a comment on it asking about what they can do to be visited by this entity, by an account user that is 14, may I add. Members are praying to be visited by this entity. I hope you see it. I might see it soon. Followed by praise our mother Gigi. And how do you join? Asked by a girl who is 13, at the oldest, by the way. And there is so
Thanks for censoring their whole username. We approve.
Much about this entity, guys. Gigi had and has the complete power to post about this entity not being real and telling these kids that they have taken it too far, contributing to the epidemic of psychotic-like experiences children are already going through. But one more time, for the back,
It's not a big deal.
Not a big deal though. Yeah. No, I heard you guys. The entity wants me to join it. It said I'm the chosen one. I'm going to see it by the lake and hopefully it takes me. The most gorgeous thing I have ever seen. All hail the entity. Another member then replies here and says, I'm sorry, but there's something wrong if you're seeing the entity in real life, hun. Try talking to someone you trust about this. Which, may I say, is a whole lot more than Gigi is doing to de-escalate the situation. So shout out to you, random member of whatever this is, I guess. And the original poster replies with this. Gigi is controlling 150,000 mentally ill children, and the people who say all child matters, but they give these children death threats, rape threats, and more, so shut the fuck up and leave us alone.
What the fuck,
So what was
clusterfuck?
Gigi's reply to all of the backlash that she got?
Oh, it's no reply, is it? Oh, it's worse.
Some of y'all can hide behind a PFP that says, not a part of this cult, don't join, and then also be in the comments pointing a finger at me. But guess what? We're on the same page, but I'm taking accountability and you're not.
Yeah, so Gigi's the victim here. Yeah. Do I
Bravo.
think Miss Jarvis deserves death threats? No, absolutely not. Do I think she messed up? Yeah, pretty bad. Did she even mess up in her response video? Yeah, she did.
Cult is a bad word and you should have known better. Okay, well, I didn't.
Wrong. Wrong. I'm sorry. That's wrong. As I have strategically mentioned several times, Gigi graduated with a sociology degree, right? A degree where cults in particular are heavily studied, as sociology is the study of society and human behavioral interactions for individuals, groups, communities, organizations, cultures, and societies.
And the second I did get informed, I immediately changed everything to community because that's what it's always been. And
for her to say this is also wrong because between her first video and the video where she stopped using the word cult, she posted 11 TikToks.
They got picked off.
You wanna
No, they
tell
didn't.
me
They
that
advanced. Never mind, I'm done.
throughout 11 TikToks you didn't
I
read a
looked around
single
too much.
comment? You didn't see a single video about you? What? I'd honestly give her a tiny bit of grace here if she didn't admit to using the word cult on 2 separate occasions as clickbait.
But now that because of using a clickbait word, we have developed this into a platform, a cultural movement.
because of using the word cult and it being clickbaity.
Yep.
And if it's common sense, then why did 150,000 people also put the little emoji in their name tag?
Because those are nearly 150,000 children.
Makes sense.
Not grown adults with sociology degrees. Yeah, I can't let that one go. I did not see a single user with Children of the Waning Star symbols in their, TikTok name that had an age over 15. If little Allie's only impression of cults were TikTok cults from 2020 where you shared profile pictures, then yeah, I'd probably be collecting cults like Pokemon fucking cards and being like, which one's next? But that's not what cults are. She brings up not believing everything you see online, and I fully agree with that. But her only bringing attention to the one single person who came forward about trolling a fake SH photo.
Yeah, and they posted an apology video saying, hey guys, sorry, I just posted an eyeliner pic of my arm in black and white filter with caption over it because I wanted to prove that cults were bad.
But I have seen photos with broken skin that insinuate they're real, which I'm obviously not going to show, but I just don't think it's okay to only bring light to the one person who came forward
We
about
see
being a
both of
troll.
them.
Gigi actually goes into psychosis talk. Great.
Too bad no snipper.
Except she completely denies that she's contributing to any of that, which is not fair for her to say. But you are.
You're starting a group psychosis with the entity. No, I was trying to make a drawing prompt for the artists that I know follow me, and I set it up in a D&D kind of way where it's like, you and your group wake up in the middle of the night.
Not for one moment did she ever talk about this artist prompt or describing this cult as a D&D styled idea. I would absolutely back you up here and tell people to give you benefit of the doubt if this was true. You never disclosed to the children that you were influencing that this was ever not real in the first place like you want to claim now. You are acting like your critics are the dumb ones when they are looking out for the tens of thousands of kids, 100,000 plus kids, if you really want me to go there because I can, who took this too far because you didn't tell
He's letting
them
me
to
watch
stop.
more YouTube. Right?
Her passive aggressiveness in this video is extremely cringe, and it makes it so hard to even try to hear.
My arm is like, not my arm, I'm just like aiming like shit at the moment anyway. So I'm probably gonna bop back into Mega Boink, honestly. But that's about it. Like my aim's ass, so I'm gonna Mega Boink it. Let's see. I rebuilt my container. It should have the volumes be fine. Volume should be fine, right? Salt key list. Yeah, we're golden. GG's. Beat a few characters on ROR2. I'm gonna play ROR later on, probably when I'm offline in bed. It's a good call. Risk of Rain's good. It's nice. It's lovely. I still like the 2D one the most. It's definitely my favorite.
Where she's coming from. This video comes off as not taking accountability at all and blaming the people who are trying to protect others from their lack of education, which you definitely have about what cults are, and you're mad that people are mad.
I just ask you, what evidence do you have of me starting something horrible and evil?
A lot of things. This video is a list of things. There are terrible people on the internet who want power and to manipulate vulnerable users. Her whole cult concept was a screaming red flag, and I do not blame the many educated people who flooded Gigi with criticism. I do not think that this was an attempt to groom kids like some are saying, but when you are an adult and your idea, your creation is causing kids to pray to you, to create shrines for you and for an entity that you enabled that does not fucking exist, you have gone too far. So, FBI.
Here, I'll do it elsewhere. Hold on.
Fast forward 2 months. Gigi has posted nothing and then randomly posts 2 reels. And after these 2 little TikToks, she then posts that the FBI is involved.
Hey guys, so yesterday 2 FBI agents came over to my house and I spoke with them about Children of the Waning Stars and a few other things.
So Gigi posted an update and claims that she's going to be keeping most of this conversation to herself, but that she has been visited by FBI agents who are researching a case about her and this cult. And she claims this.
And the allegations that kids were self-harming, killing their animals, and displaying other concerning behaviors because of my videos. Currently, the FBI has found no evidence that these allegations are true.
This came off as very shocking to me because through hours of research for this video, I have seen these things. Not the animal stuff. I think that was just goofy and dumb. That has not happened from what I have found. But I have seen broken skin SH photos, as I said, and yeah, I've seen photos and I have seen concerning behaviors. So I did what Gigi told me to do.
If you have any evidence of this happening, I really want to urge you to go onto the FBI website and submit a report.
And I submitted a report to the FBI about said photos I found, as well as accounts that were showing severe delusions and concerning behaviors. So the rest of the video, she basically just talks about submitting reports, how to do that, etc., etc. And then she mentions that she's trying to right her wrongs behind the scenes. I don't know what the fuck that means, and I understand that you don't need to show your good actions all the time or at all on camera, you know? She has still really never taken accountability and told these children to stop. That there is no entity, that they should not be praying to her and or this fucking entity, that people should stop making shrines, that people should stop convincing others to join because there is nothing to join. Apparently this is all D&D style, which you never fucking even talked about before. Sorry, I'm getting mad again. But yeah, you also just haven't said that this should have never happened. And that's where I have a fucking issue. Gigi, if you're watching this, You're not at this point. I'm sorry. I've honestly tore this girl to shreds. I understand that you want to just write this away and pretend it didn't happen. But it did happen though. And while I agree a lot should stay anonymous, you need to actually shut it down, because while you want to say you did something, your accountability video, which you called yourself a crash out,
I know in my crash out video,
was not accountability. It just felt like you were angry that people were concerned when they had every right to be. And you need to understand, if you don't already, that the criticism you received and continue to receive is valid.
I was reading. I'm doing so much. I can juggle so much at
This
once.
whole situation really upset me, if you couldn't tell, and I was just really tired of seeing people say that this was nothing, because everything amounts to something. We have gotten to a point on social media where people are too comfortable in skewing ideologies of really damaging concepts. Kids are growing up not knowing if something is a joke or not, or if something is serious or not, and I don't blame them. Words
same.
that were and are still harmful are just okay now, because get over it. It's not that serious,
Get
you
over
fucking
it.
snowflake. Who's saying it's not that serious? I'm not.
Actual truth on it? Who says it's not serious the most? People who want to normalize it. Kind of like the fucking nonces. They're the ones running around talking about how to normalize their lives. Cult leaders tend to talk about how cults are fine. Nonces tend to try to justify their actions. Yeah, no, that's probably a little bit more likely than some other bullshit thing. I will listen to people when they say what the fuck they are trying to do, think, and believe. But I also learned to not trust anyone. So it's a little duality, you know? I'm pretty sure I'm right, but if they say otherwise, I'll listen to them lie. I mean, you know what I mean. I'll listen to the lies.
Who? Fucking, I'm an owl over here. Who? You need to use clickbait and, I'll one step further. Specifically, if you need to use other people's trauma to become or feel important, it might be time
You're welcome,
to
buddy.
reevaluate life choices. Thank you guys for watching this video. I guess I just kind of hope that out of this, I can't stop picking at my pants, ignore me. I just kind of hope that if there's
Reasonable.
anything
Based.
anyone got out of this video, is that the importance of words will never go away. And I just think this whole situation was disgusting. And I think that there is a lot of growth that Gigi Jarvis needs to do. I care about you all so deeply, and I'm sorry I've been gone for 2 months. I was deeply depressed.
Happens, fam.
But I hope y'all are doing well. Shit. But yeah, I will see you guys soon, actually this time, because I have some videos coming out pretty shortly. So yeah, I appreciate you guys for hearing me out and letting me get mad for 200,000 people on the internet. And thanks for letting me do this. Oops.
Peace.
Peace.
Nerd.
Bye.
I was gonna get off very quick anyway.
Imagine walking
So we're gonna
into
see
a
if this feels
warehouse
right.
colder than your ex's
And
heart.
there's a tiny
Metal
chance I'll
tanks
just bail
taller
midway
than
through
you,
it.
lined up like futuristic green silos, each one humming softly like it's hiding a secret. Frost creeps across the stainless steel. The air stings your face. And somewhere inside those metal tanks, people,
my
real
browser
people,
tab is
dead
wholly
people,
frozen.
just hanging out in liquid nitrogen,
So
like they
lame.
booked a stay at the world's iciest.
Oh yeah, restarted Salt Minion. Based. I don't know, man. I just apply, that works. That's just the targeted one. Yes, exit page and reload, because apparently it's been fucked. I might run off even faster if my browser's actually fucking dead. Because I can't timestamp the thingy either. And I'm running Salt stuff. Oh golly. Oh golly,
There goes
oh
nothing.
geez.
Oh, play. Imagine walking into a warehouse colder than your ex's heart. Metal tanks taller than you, lined up like futuristic grain silos. Each one humming softly like it's hiding a secret. Frost creeps across the stainless steel. The air stings your face. And somewhere inside those metal tanks, people, real people, dead people, just hanging out in liquid nitrogen like they booked a stay at the world's iciest day spa. Alrighty then. Welcome back to the intersection of science, death, and I'm sorry, what exactly are we doing here? Because today
PC troubles? I mean, no, I didn't reinstall yet. I'm literally testing everything I'd be using for it. Like, I'm just doing a lot of shit. I don't know, man. Like, I haven't had a moment of a breath of relax and simmer in the day yet. I've been a busy bitch. I'm getting to it when I can get to it.
we're talking about the folks who said, I'm not done yet, freeze me, and I'll deal with the logistics later. This is cryonics. Or, no, this is cryonics. The ultimate, I don't believe in death, I believe in my credit card moment. And listen, I understand wanting a second chance at life. I do. But when you take a peek inside these facilities and see what's actually going on, oh my goodness, you might want someone to hold your emotional support coffee. People are paying 6 figures. 6 for this, for a spot in a freezing warehouse where time has supposedly paused, but biology sure hasn't. And today, we're going to talk about exactly why this maybe I'll wake up in 500 years plan might be a little more wishful thinking than scientific certainty. Certainty? That is such a weird word. Certainty. Scientific certainty. All right, coffin crew, buckle up. The morbid school bus is warmed up. The embalming fluid is topped off. And if you haven't poured your coffee or your wine yet, I'll wait. Flashlights ready, morbid curiosity engaged, because once again, we're taking this thing 6 feet deep. Morbid Monday. I don't know, that's all I got. I was gonna sing it to a Taylor Swift song. You bring the coffee and I'll bring the death stories. It's a love story, baby, just say Morbid Monday. Cue the intro.
Tuesday? Okay, fuck it.
So let's talk about.
I kind of need the part where I get to see if it's still for the same reason of people trying to transcend death or not. And depending on how that goes, I will or won't stay on this.
Being mortal is even harder. First up, pure, unfiltered fear. Fear of death, fear of the unknown, fear of the lights going out forever. Cryonics offers them a story where they don't actually die. They're just taking a really long nap in a very, very cold bedroom. I don't know if I call it a bedroom, but then there's the tech.
Okay, my dudes, in this regard, I'm going to go away for the night before the cult kicks to a fever pitch. Lauren the Mortician does a good job with how death impacts people and how people are impacted by death. Really, really good content. Kind of a big fan right now. I'm running away because the cult is about to take a turn and I know what that turn is. And she has a really cool Epstein video that just dropped that I haven't seen yet. That gets hella viewership. So I mean, it's probably worth it if you want to watch some of her new content. Y'all take care. I'm gonna go run away. Maybe in 2-3 days, I'll have time to reinstall my OS. Is it computer problems or am I literally bumping into expected limits? Well, I mean, actually, it seems like I'm actually only bumping into expected things. I'll tell you more when I feel like it. I currently need to get done with it first. Peace out, my dudes. Appreciate you. I'm going to continue to be lethargic and fatigued for the next few days. Wish me luck. I have victory to achieve. Victory or death. You're appreciated too. Victory or fucking... Lol. Peace out. Doriel. You're epic. Do cool shit. Be cool as fuck out there. I'm gonna probably play the rest of this run and then go make dinner and then Risk of Rain returns because I like RRR the most. It is 2D. And you reminded me that ROR exists. 2's good. RORR has no baggage. Oh, it's so good. Alright, peace out.